Hello and welcome to the Marine Discovery Centre, brought to you by Natural Resources EP Marine Park. The Discovery Centre is open to our local community to learn about our amazing coastal and marine environment. So in here you'll see all sorts of facts about our marine environment. The core of the marine environment though is our habitats. So this is why we've got habitats first up here in the Marine Discovery Centre. Habitats are a home for our animals and plants, and without a habitat they can't live. So habitats are the real basis of the marine environment. So over here, we've got some examples of our marine and coastal habitats here. So things like our rock pools, or our deep sea environments, or even things like seagrass communities. Seagrass are a really important habitat we've got here, especially on the Eyre Peninsula. And 95% of our seagrass species are found nowhere else in the world, only in South Australia. So we're really quite important to have our seagrass communities protected. Now, one of the things that you'll see on the beaches are these. And lots of people don't know what these are. These are actually seagrass balls or fibre balls. So these actually wash around in the surf and the bits of seagrass break up and then they turn into these little fibre balls. And these are quite important on the beach too because they hold lots of nutrients for the beach. Another one of the habitats we've got here on the Eyre Peninsula and in South Australia are sandfires. So sandfires are a really important coastal and intertidal and supertidal species, which means that they're either in between low and high tide or they're above high tide. Now sandfires are really like a filtering plant. They live near the coast and they filter out lots of water going into the coast, into the marine environment, and they filter water coming out of it too. And they're a really important habitat for lots of birds and insects, and even they're a nursery site for things like crabs and prawns and things like that. So sandfires are a really important habitat here on the Eyre Peninsula as well. So another one of the habitats we have in our marine environment is seaweed or macroalgae. Now seaweed and macroalgae are quite different to the seagrass that you saw before. So seagrass are a true plant. They have roots that go into the sand, so they bring up their nutrients through their roots. Seaweed is quite a bit different. So seaweed, I've got a little sample here. You can see the rock underneath and it has a little holdfast that actually holds onto that rock. So they don't actually have roots, they have a holdfast so they hold onto the rocks. And if you come here you can have a little bit of a closer look through the magnifying glass. Now seaweed are quite a primitive plant. They actually take nutrients through their fronds. Their fronds are these things here, basically like their leaves, and they're different on all different types. So we have brown seaweed, we have red seaweed, and we have green seaweed. And you can find out about these types of seaweed in this book here. If you open up to this page, you can learn more about the seaweeds we have on our coast here on the Eyre Peninsula. So we have a range of different habitats in our marine environment here under the water, and these include seagrass beds, rocky reefs, open sea or pelagic open waters, kelp beds, they are all macroalgae, and sandy seafloors. So they're our marine habitats. We also have habitats that are in the intertidal zone between low and high tide, and they include sandy beaches, rocky shores, sand flats and mud flats, mangroves, estuaries, which include things like samphire. And these are all really important habitats because they are the home and the basis of the ecosystem.